Hello and welcome to another My Stamp Lady video. Today I'm going to be showing you with a scrapbooking page in my Digital Studio how to add a photo as a background and reducing the opacity on a journaling block. So let's get started. You'll see this page that I have mostly finished already. I'm just going to do the two things that I talked about. And one thing you'll probably notice by now is that I tend to like my pages with more straight photos, just up and down. But let's get started. So I want my background papers, so I'm going to open that up over on the side over here. And instead of using designer series paper, color, or cardstock, I am going to use custom. Click on the custom and it pulls up the photos or the pictures that I have saved in a certain file. And I know that I want to use the picture that I named large photo. So there, it popped it into the background. And also you notice these little tape pieces that come up. They were there before, but it was just white on white, so you couldn't see them. Now, right now this photo has a lot of nice color, but I don't want it quite that intense. I want it to be more the background. So I'm going to drop that opacity down to 55%. And so now it gives me a softer background and it looks more subtle. Now right here, I want my journaling block. So I'm going to go to punches, add a punch. Let's put in a square punch, which even you turn into a rectangle. If you're doing a rectangle, you want to use square. I did apply, and now I'm going to close. Here's my square. And obviously, because I planned this out ahead of time, I know some of the things I want to do. I'm going to pull down my square to fit between my tape, so that's the size that I want for my journaling block. Now, if I were to take my journaling block, fill it with paper, which is what I want to do. Let's go to paper fill, and this is the paper I want to put in there. It's the pattern designer paper series number 7 from the number 1 designer kit. So okay, put that in there. Well, that's way too dark. I don't want it that dark for my journaling. So I'm going to drop my opacity. But as soon as I drop my opacity, you see what happens. The background shows through. So to do this without having the background show through, all you do is add a white block in the background. Now I want my block the same size as my top, so I've got it highlighted and you can tell by the little handles. I'm going to do Control C, which is copying it, and then Control V, which is pasting it. And I want this one to be filled. It's right now the same paper that I have, but I want it white. Yep, clicked white. And then say OK. Now I want my opacity on this one back up to 100% though, because I want it to fill up the back. So I'm going to place it right over my paper one. There we go. And because I copied it, it's the same size. And then now I'm going to do the Control Shift and down arrow key, and it drops it behind. And there I have my paper block that I can drop the opacity of the paper, but I don't have my background showing through. So I'm going to click, there's my little tape piece, and this up here I can click on and it says to change the layer. I can bring that up to the front, and then let's click on my other tape, click on change layer, bring to front, and now I have my tape laying over this. And then the last thing I did was just to put some text. I clicked over here to add a text box, and I'm going to click outside so that it's not selected for text. Then I'm basically just going to take it, move it in, the handles, and I'm going to make it the same size as my text, my journaling block. And then you just begin type your text here. Now, not to take more time from this video, I'm just going to switch over to the page that's finished, and you can see that I put my text in, and yep, there's the text. That's it for today's tips and tricks. And if you have any questions, be sure to send me an email, Chris at mystamplady.com, or just put down in the comments. Thanks for watching.